Hello friends and welcome to my YouTube channel Simply Stocks, and today I'm going to talk about Clariant Chemicals. Is it a worthy buy at these levels or is it an avoid? So let's get started. First of all, a disclaimer that this is not a stock recommendation and people taking any position to any share that I talk about should do that with their own due diligence and research, and I'm not in favor or against any company that I talk about. Before I talk about Clariant Chemicals, here's a small request that kindly support me on Patreon. Once you do that, it will help me grow the channel, help you also ask me questions in greater detail. And once you get the $10 membership, you'll get access to my portfolio, my watch list, and a lot of podcasts that are only exclusively for $10 members on Patreon. If you have a number of stocks with you, like a portfolio or something, you can email me and we can work things out. Now about the company, Clariant Chemicals, established in 1995 and produces energy efficient, you can say, products and materials for all kinds of industries, emission free mobility and conserving finite resources. Split into 7 business units and new businesses, it is more or less a chemical company. A usage in multiple industries and sectors, be it in consumers, automobiles, industrials, offices, etc. They also manufacture specialty chemicals, which other companies also do manufacture. The market cap of the company is around 1000 crores. If you look at the numbers, then sales went down sharply by around 60% in Q1 of this year, as has been with all companies. They came out with at least a profit and not losses. So profit of 11 crores reduced to 3 crores, a drop of 77% or so. Debt-free company, completely debt-free company, and a very good promoter, decent promoter holding. The dividend yield is pretty good, but that is not to say that the dividend will keep on coming in if they don't make profit. So maybe dividend factor would get sublime probably this year and next year onwards. Operating profit margin is at 8%, return on equity is 8%, which is, in my opinion, not great. It should be in the mid-teens or higher teens at least. So in my opinion, industry-wise, I think around 8% is not that great a number. If you look at the stock performance, then the stock has underperformed over the last 5 years. So it was a darling of the market from 2012 to 2015, around about that period, and most of the large investors were talking about Clariant Chemicals, but it has fallen 75% from the 2015 highs. This is the kind of capitulation we have seen in the stock, and the major reason for this has been competition from other players or smaller players or MNC players in this particular chemical segment, and many other chemical companies have come up, and even listed players have come up and done really well. Unlisted players are also there, and also unorganized players who have done really well in this space, and Clariant has fallen behind in terms of gaining that market share. They have lost a bit of market share, if I may say, per se. Has recovered 60% from the March low, so it dived at 75% from the highs, recovered 60% from that lows, but still is down. Currently it trades at around 20 times earnings, which is not very cheap, I must say, because there are many chemical companies trading between 15 and 20 times. There are many very good quality chemical companies trading at 20 to 30 times earnings, which will keep on growing between 20 to 25%. So a complete buy on those. This one trading at 20 times with a return on equity of 8%, does not augur well. I mean, it looks expensive in that regard in terms of valuation. Lower profit growth has been a concern, so the profitability growth has been in between, in you can say, smaller single digit or lower single digit levels. Numbers have not been very special. So as I have mentioned, that there are many chemical companies in the same domain who are doing much better than Clariant. But it could be starting an up move. There could be a chance that the stock might be bottoming out at these levels, and we could see the stock move up higher. But there are other companies who are doing much better. If you look at the technicals of the strong support around 55.60 for sure. The short term support is around 350. So there's strong support between 355 and 360. I'm sorry, I've written 55 and 60. It's 355 and 360. The short-term support is around 350. The 200 DMA is 362. Maybe on a cusp of a big, you can say, breakdown. And if it falls below 330, we could see levels of 240, 250 also. Uh, 200-day DMA is around 330, so these levels between 330 to 360, this 10% band is where the stock should find support. If it does not, then we could see 250 and then 180 on the stock. So be very careful while investing into the company at this point of time. Valuations do look attractive depending on what kind of numbers the company come up with. If the numbers keep improving, yes, at 20 times earnings, it looks cheap. But if numbers keep on being just 8 or 10% profit growth, then 20 times earnings is an expensive PE multiple for the stock. Big up move is expected only above 500. So if it really surges past 500, then yes, it's a buy. We could see even 780, 800 on the stock. So what needs to be done? In my opinion, I would avoid the stock. If you have it, then hold with the stop loss of 330. The final stop loss or a strict stop loss would remain 330. Have a good 4 5 year time frame if you have it. The company is decent, but the business as such has not done that well. So the management is decent, management is good, always have given very good dividends on better times. But other companies and competition has led to the stock being at the level what it is at currently. So better to be in consumer centric stocks, companies which are more easy to understand, whose numbers are more easy to understand. And in my opinion, avoid the small cap sector. I believe that in a couple of weeks, 3 weeks, with more surge in the small cap, you can say index, we could see a sharp decline. So this was my video on Clariant Chemicals. Please like and subscribe my channel, hit the bell icon so that you can get my videos straight away when I post it. Thanks a lot.